Global Sense. This is Carl Tristan Sarmiento, your host for today, presenting our featured broker of the month for May. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and follow us on our social media pages. So if you are a new Global Sen, again, the goal of this video is to get to know our members, learn their experiences, contributions, and specialties in the real estate industry. Global Sense, have you seen any changes in our office? We do have a new painting on our back, as you see in this video. Shout out to CRB Danny for donating this prestigious painting. Now, let's get started by introducing our featured broker of the month, also known as the Rush Deal Broker. He brings us with years of experience in advertising, consumer healthcare, pharmaceuticals, and real estate. He is also one of the first certified professional marketers from the Philippines, a former regional marketing manager from Bayer, Southeast Asia, and now serves as marketing director of La Maisonette, Manila Incorporated, the company behind Rush Deal PH. Let's all welcome CRB Gerry Siquijor. Say hi to our Global Sensor.
Thanks, Carl, for this interview. I'm glad that you invited me. It's an honor and a privilege to share before our members in REBAP Global City.
Okay. Actually, sir, hindi lang members ang makapanood nito. Which is public din na nagsumusubaybay sa REBAP Global City page natin. So, first things first, could you give us a short introduction of yourself, sir, for our Global Sense?
Yeah, I got my license way back in 1994. I think some of our viewers may not have been born yet.
Yes.
But there's a backstory to that. I was already working in the pharmaceutical industry way back in 1986. And I met my future wife then. Her name is Maita. And in 1994, she decided to become a broker. At that time, the exams were being administered by DTI, or the Department of Trade and Industry. So we took the weekend courses. At that time, we only needed to complete 120 hours of lectures for you to take the exams. And so we did. We completed that over a series of weekends. And we both took the exams and we both passed. So she went ahead with her practice, and I went back to my career as in marketing in the pharmaceutical industry. Now, I didn't know that 20 years after, from 1994, and then in 2014, I would find myself out of the industry because of some restructuring. So my career of more than 20 years in pharmaceuticals, I moved from companies like, if you've heard of Roche, Bayer, Schering-Plough, J&J Janssen, and my last company was Sanofi. And during those years, I was handling brands. You may know some of them, like Rugin E, the multivitamins.
Yes.
Canesten, when I was with Bayer, the antifungal. And then from Schering-Plough, at Schering-Plough, I managed Clarity, if you've heard of it.
Yes.
Yeah, and when I was in Sanofi, Lactacid, the feminine wash line. So I was very much into advertising, but eventually I found myself out. So instead of going back to the industry, I decided to join my wife, Maita, who has been practicing all through that period. Yeah.
Okay.
And we put up our company as early as 2010. I was one of the incorporators, and the name of the company is La Maisonette Manila. Actually, that's French, but what really wanted was Residences Manila. But when my wife Maita went to the SEC, she was told that
the name was taken.
Residences Manila is a very common name. So she was asked to submit another name for our company. So what she did was she translated it to French, and La Maisonette is the right name. It means small house in French.
Okay.
So La Maisonette Manila is our registered company name, but my brand name is Rush Deal PH.
Actually, sir, nung first time I heard La Maisonette
Manila.
La Maisonette Manila, I thought it was an international company.
Well, it's a good thing. Good thing that but because we really wanted to also tap the international market. But right now we're happy with the
Filipino
the
market.
segment or
Yes.
the audience that we're addressing. You may ask, why is it called? Why do I have a brand named Rush Deal PH? It was really a deliberate choice to make sure that I stand out. I'm a marketing guy, and one of the basic things
Yes.
you have to remember when you're in marketing is to differentiate yourself. There are many other brokers there out there. Maybe some of them are more aggressive, more articulate, and they have more listings. But you must be able to represent a value, a proposition that you can be true to. What's the insight behind Crush Deal? When I was starting out, I was one of the first projects or one of the first properties that I was selling. By the way, I'm more into secondary sales, not so much on project selling. There was a house, if I remember, somewhere in Alabang. And then I found a buyer after advertising it online. And then when a lady found a buyer and he was interested, he made an offer. And then the owner decided to withdraw, to back out from the sale. He took out the property out of the market. And I felt bad because it wasted so many people's time.
Yes.
The time of my buyer, and then of course my time, and the marketing effort. And then that's the insight I got. I will only feature properties that are owned by individuals or companies that need to sell. And most of these people are the ones who have very personal reasons, like they're migrating,
Yes.
or they're downsizing, or there's a medical emergency. So these are the people who need to sell on a rush, and they're willing to sell below market as long as the payment will be made in spot cash.
Okay.
Because as you know, when you go through a bank loan, it takes at least 2 months to process the title transfer and for the letter of guarantee to
Yes.
be converted to a manager's check.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the insight. I said I will only carry listings that are owned by these individuals who really are decided to sell.
Okay.
And so since then, I made sure that all my listings are below market. In fact, some are even below zonal value.
Okay.
Okay, so I came up with my online platforms. I have my Facebook accounts. I have a business account there. I have a personal account. I have a YouTube channel also called Rush Deal PH.
Okay.
I have Instagram. And then I try to focus on properties that are priced above 20 million for obvious reasons. Because whether you're marketing a 20 million property or a 5 million property, the effort is the same
Yes.
process. So might as well handle the bigger ticket items. And if you can find some listings on my site that are selling below 20, these are mostly from friends
Yes.
whom I cannot decline. So I have to accommodate them. So what I did, I created also a TikTok account for
Okay.
properties that are selling below 20. They're there in TikTok.
So what's your TikTok tag or username?
It's the same, Rush Deal
Rush
PH.
Deal
Yeah,
PH,
so
okay.
it's consistent all
Consistent
throughout.
all.
Yeah, online. And so far I'm happy because I'm more after the turnover of sales. So it's fast because when you're priced below market, you stand out. And then the transactions are faster rather than getting big ticket items and waiting for the right buyer to come. I'd rather have transactions that are faster to complete. And so that's it. I've been happy, with my niche, and I'd like to be known as the Rush Deal broker because
Okay.
I am the one behind Rush Deal PH.
Okay. That's good to know. Ano ba
I
yung
think it's my
nag-overlay?
cell phone.
Sorry. Sige sir,
Sorry about that.
It's good to know about how Rush Deal Broker came from, no, sir? Kasi usually, as real estate brokers, are spending a lot of time to market a certain property. For you, you find your way, or you found your way to somehow be efficient on your marketing or on your niche. So let's move on to my next question, sir. Can you tell us more about your journey on how you began in pharmaceuticals and marketing and how you transitioned to real estate?
Okay. I graduated at that time. The economy wasn't good at that in the 80s because if you remember, Ninoy Senator Ninoy Aquino was assassinated in 1983. So the years after that, the economy wasn't good. A lot of graduates were migrating. They moved to the States, looking for other opportunities. It was a good thing that in 1986 there was the EDSA revolution, so things became better. And I was given that opportunity to work for a multinational pharmaceutical company. The name of the company was Rorer. I say was because it was acquired already by several companies. So I worked there as an assistant, product manager, and then I moved up. I eventually became a product manager, and I was handling a pharmaceutical, an ethical brand. When you say ethical, it's only for prescription.
Okay.
So my brand was Malox. These are antacids. These are an antacids line, and our competitors were Simeco. If you have heard of that product before, Simeco, or maybe nowadays you know that as Gaviscon. These
Yes.
are the antacid brands, no? And I was able to, as a product manager, I was able to perform well. So, and then I was even sent abroad for in the US to the US for an incentive. And then that company was bought by a French company, and I found myself. There was a reorganization, and then I availed of an early retirement. So I was only working for about 5 years.
Okay.
In 1990, I was offered 3 months for every year of service plus car. At that time, I was single, so I took the offer and I left for the States, spent some time with some relatives there. And when I came back, I decided I want to take on something new, and that was I wanted to be in consumer marketing. When you say consumer marketing, these are over-the-counter products, the ones that you can buy without prescription.
Yes.
That's why you have my first brand was Rogin E. Rogin. I don't know if you were already aware of this. Way back in the 90s, there was this ad for a man running with a horse.
I think it's an ad. I was not born yet.
When were you born?
1999.
Okay.
Year 2000.
So before you were born, maybe your parents know about it. There was this man running with a horse, and that man, our lead talent then was David Bonivax. If you're familiar with him, he used to be an athlete, then became a celebrity endorser. Unfortunately, his life took a turn for the worse. He went abroad and he's now behind bars for he was convicted. Anyway, and then my next brand was Canesten. I went from Russia. I went to Bayer, and then if you remember Canesten, Jelly de Belen, goodbye sa mga fungi.
Yes.
Then I was also the product manager there. And then, after that, I moved to another company, Sharing Plow, Claritin. The first ad of Claritin was I was a manager at the time.
Okay.
And so I moved. But then what I learned there is that you have to stand out. There are so many competitors offer something interesting. You have to have the attention, the interest, and you have to make the audience desire your brand. So that's basically what I am doing now. So just to lead that into my my real estate practice now, you have to make your audience really interested. First, get attention, get the interest, and for them to desire. So you feature, you have to say the most important things. What I notice is that when you look at an ad right now, real estate ad, they put so many things.
Yes.
Try to filter what are the most important details that the buyer should know. And then in the headline, try to put in something that says, this is value for money. There is a big reason. You have to answer the question, why? Why should the consumer or why should the prospective buyer consider your listing?
Yes.
And that's why if you look at my ads, the headline says, of course, the location is important. It says, for example, it says BGC, and then says 3-bedroom unit, price below zonal value. There's really a reason.
Yes.
And then you put only 3 lines stating what's the your area, whether it is furnished or not, and how many parking slots. You don't have to fill so many things. Keep it as clean as possible. So that kind of thinking, that's what I learned from my pharmaceutical practice.
Okay.
Because you're only given so many seconds. We were doing ads, 30 seconds and all. So you have to make sure that in that period of time, you are able to deliver all these important messages. It's the same thing with real estate marketing.
Okay.
Make sure that you only focus on the most important details. You don't have to fill it up. It doesn't have to be busy. And also like this, it doesn't have to be a long video.
Okay.
I don't believe in very long videos. For example, there are some videos that will start from the gate to the living room to the second floor all the way to the ceiling or whatever.
Yes.
No, I don't believe in that, because what you do is, among so many listings, just get them in the first 10 seconds. Because if you don't get them in the first 10 seconds, even if your video is 1 minute long, there's no point. So try to mention as many or stay there. By the way, my videos do not have voiceovers.
Okay.
Because everything's red. So it doesn't become distracting, and I don't appear on my videos. Some
Okay.
people, they like it that they appear there. It's their style. In my case, the focus is on the property. And it's important to have as many views as possible. But to me, what's important is you get the right audience to see it. So if you go to my YouTube channel, I have a few videos that have more than 1,000 videos, but I'm fine if I only have less than 1,000.
Yes.
If I'm able to hit the right person or the right target market, and I close the sale.
Okay.
So these are the things that I bring with me coming from my consumer care marketing experience.
Okay. So let's go back a little bit. So when was or how does real estate industry introduced to you, sir?
Way back in '94, when I was still courting my wife, she wanted to become a
Okay.
broker, but I only came back sometime in 2010, because that was when we put up that company, La Maisonette Manila.
Okay.
And then 4 years after, I was still in the industry, in the pharmaceutical industry. And then in 2014, that's when I decided to really join my wife to be focused solely on real estate.
Full time.
Yeah, full time. And I'm glad. If there's one thing I am happy in real estate, I'm happy about in real estate, is I have the time. When you are working in a corporate setting, you have to be at the office at between
Yes.
8:30 and 9, and you stay until things are done. But in this case, I'm happy that I get to view the convenience of the client.
Yes.
But I'm willing to work even on weekends, because those are the days that they're available. But in corporate, it's more rigid. It's more structured. But the fluidity in real estate is something that attracts me.
Yes.
So I'm happy that since I joined my wife, I'm already more than 10 years in the industry full time. So, and I'm happy also that I'm now known as myself. Before, I was known as the husband of my wife.
Okay.
Because she's a broker. By the way, I used to be part of another organization, the Philippine Association of Real Estate Brokers, PAREB.
Okay.
I was with Pasay Makati Real Estate Board. I was there from 2012 until about I left since I joined last year here.
Okay.
So I was there for more than 10 years. Yeah. And then my wife is the former president of PAREB Muntinlupa Board. So she was the one who introduced me to the right people when I was starting out.
Okay. So parang siya yung naging stepping stone ninyo to turn or parang magsimula sa real estate, sir.
Yes, she's a blessing to me, because she was pivotal. She was instrumental to the transition. I probably would not have thought of going
back.
to real estate,
Yes.
if I married somebody else. But and that for that reason, I feel blessed that I married a realtor.
Okay. So, siguro mag-move din tayo sa next question ko, which is, ba't naman kayo nag-join ng REBAP Global City from PAREB?
Oh, that's very good question.
These are both brokers organizations, sir. No?
Yes. Let's put it this way. When I joined PAREB, it's because my wife was already in PAREB. So the first people or brokers that I met were from Pared.
Okay.
But after being there for more than 10 years, I decided it's time to move on. Not for anything else, but because you're there for the network, for you to be able to meet as many referral partners or brokers that
Yes.
you can get. And of course, friends. Eventually, I have friends from Pared, and I think they know who they are. For those who will be watching, our
Yes.
video, you know who you are. And I decided that if I move to another organization like REBAP, it will be an entirely new set of potential friends and referral partners. So that's what my thinking was, and especially I found out that REBAP Global City, the profile is very young, and I like that because that's energy.
Yes.
I want to be in a group where it is you have the energy and the drive. Not that my chapter in Para did not have that, but your profile is younger. And when I was invited to sit in one of your meetings by a former Para member who
Yes.
moved also to REBAP Global, I saw, wow, the energy is really there, and I'd like to be part of that.
Okay. So far, sir,
I'm
na-transfer ba yung energy sa
I'm
inyo?
happy. I'm happy. I mean, and I think that I can also share. I noticed that a number of our members in REBAP Global City are into project selling,
Yes.
because that's understandable. Especially when you're a fresh graduate from BSREM. Although I noticed that here in REBAP Global, you get the top notchers, the better,
Yes.
not the ones who performed well in the exams. So you probably need listings and all, and I think this will be a match. This will complement because I have the listings for secondary sales. So if you want to do something more than project selling, just look up or call me up, and I'll share with you my direct listings. And
Yes.
I look forward to closing deals with as many as possible and as young as possible because I can see a long-term relationship there.
Okay. Kasi sometimes parang yung offer nilang project selling, hindi pasok yung requirement ng buyers nila.
Sure.
So, pwede nilang i-source out sa inyo, sir, no?
That's another thing. Sure, of course, if you're full-time in your project selling, you can do on the side. You can just refer
Yes.
to us, and we'll take care of the viewings and the closings and all.
Okay. So, my next question is, sir, what are your proudest accomplishment in the real estate industry?
I'd like to share with you this experience during the COVID period. As I say, when you have a difficulty or even a tragedy, there's always an opportunity. Sometime in 2020, I think 2022, there's this family. I'll be specific. They owned a property in BF Homes Parañaque, and it's in a commercial property along President's Avenue.
Okay.
And specifically, this is the building where KFC has been leasing for more than 20 years.
Okay.
Now, the family, the dad passed away years ago, but because of COVID, the mom also passed away during COVID. And so they completed the extrajudicial sales and all. Now, the children are already all senior citizens. Okay, they're already past 60, and they want to sell it right away. They've been in the market. They put the property in the market so that they can right away get their shares. Obviously, it's the pandemic. People, need as much funds as possible. So after 6 months, the property was not moving.
Okay.
It was posted. They were posting it. They posted at 80 million.
This is with different broker or with you, sir?
With another broker.
Okay.
Before I came in. So after 6 months, and then the property was not being sold for 80 million, I was invited. I was told by their nephew to join, to take a look at the property, introduce me to the siblings.
Okay.
And I asked them, how did you price the property? We just asked around, how much the last sale in that area. I said, there's a better way of doing it. Let's get a professional appraiser. I think we got Cuervo appraisers. So they came in
Okay.
and they did that appraisal, and they found out that the property, the fair market value is actually 100 million
Okay.
and not 80. And then, okay, said, okay, if that's the case, we'll price it. I price it 110 so that if there's, so there's room for negotiation.
Okay. So that's a 30 million markup.
Yeah, from the original
Original
80.
price,
Yeah.
yes.
Oo. And then that I did, I networked it online and all. And then because of my contacts, there was this broker who had a Filipino-Chinese businessman as a client who was looking for opportunities. And he saw my property, he saw the listing, and liked it. And then they made an offer.
Okay.
Made an offer for 100 million.
Okay.
And so I said I asked the clients, do you want us to, my buyer, my sellers, do you want to make 100? No, we're good, 100 million. So they closed at 100 million. I give them additional 20 million. That was, and they're so happy. And then, of course, I shared the information because I was not direct. The Filipino-Chinese businessman
Yes.
had a broker. So my story is that in a difficult situation, somebody died, but then it became also an opportunity. And to me, that was the biggest sale I made for a commercial property since then. And I didn't expect that to happen during the pandemic.
Yes.
And then to this day, I'm still with this family. They have other properties, and I'm helping them, dispose of them because they want to get their shares of their inheritances. So, and the importance of knowing the value of your property. So I tap the
Appraiser,
Cuervo,
yes.
the appraiser, and then knowing that also having the right, connection, right co-brokers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Network.
so the network is there. So here, I'm glad that the wider you cast your net, the bigger the chances of you getting the fish that you want. So that's one of the most memorable experiences. There are others, but I think the person that comes to mind is that transaction. So it's still there. The Chinese Filipino is still the owner, and
Operating.
KFC is still there. It's
Okay.
operating well because it's the only KFC in that entire area of BFO.
Okay.
And it's working. From what I understand, they're doing very well, especially when it comes to deliveries.
Okay. So I think the important lesson that stuck on my mind is that you will also need an appraiser then.
Yes.
Since most of the sellers, they don't consider hiring an appraiser because they only look at it as, additional expense and not an investment to your property.
That's true. In fact, when they asked about it, they thought this was very expensive. But
Yes.
because to me, it was reasonable. I was able to tell them that it's a reasonable expense considering that you're asking for 80 million or so.
Yes.
And how do you know that you're getting the right, you're posting it at the right price? That peace of mind or that assurance is only a few thousand pesos. So they did it. So all their properties have now been appraised. The importance of the appraisers in these kinds of transactions.
Okay. So about that, your transactions, my next question would be, are the feelings the same when you transact normal transactions compared to a rush deal transaction? Like, is there any additional satisfaction for you?
Actually, when you have a closing, whether it's a rush deal or not, it's the same feeling that you were able to close, and you got the price that the price that both parties are happy with, which gives. But I have more affinity. How to put this? I feel more for those that I'm able to close on a rush condition. Just one more experience. In 2023, a family friend, wanted to sell the property where their dad and a sister were staying. The reason being the dad was critically ill and he was there for palliative care. That means they're just waiting for him to pass on because the condition was really so severe. The doctors lady told them to just give him the most comfortable care that they could provide.
Okay.
And the house is a big property, and it was also there in the market for some time. Then they called me in, and I was able to advertise it, and I was able to find a buyer. What was to me memorable, or still is memorable, is when we signed the contract to sell, and the earnest money was signed, let's say, the morning.
Okay.
Let's say it was shortly before Christmas. I think December 21 or 2. And then the dad, he could still hear, and he kind of still somehow aware. When the daughter told the dad that it's okay, we were able to find a buyer. The earnest money was already paid this morning. You got the check. That same evening, the dad let go and he passed away.
Okay.
What am I saying? I am happy to be part of that kind of transaction, because it's like the sale was something that the dad was just waiting for. He just wanted to make sure that his children are fine before he lets go, because he was already a widower. The wife passed on so many years earlier. So the dad was just, our reading is, even the daughter was saying, that same night, less than 24 hours, he passed away, and they knew that he was happy, because I think he nodded when he was told that, yeah, we have a buyer.
Okay.
So that kind of transaction, whether it's rush or not, the fact that you're able to deliver at the time that they needed it most, to me, that's something I will always remember.
Okay. I think that story was pretty much personal, no, for them.
Yeah.
And also for you, kasi nakatulong ka sa isang,
Yeah.
sir.
And that makes this profession something really more meaningful, because you're not there just for the money. It's the fact that it's a kind of service that you can help people at the time when they need you most.
Well, actually, I expect, sir, na mas parang magkakaroon ka na mas maraming or greater satisfaction kapag rush deal, kasi yung mga sellers natin sa ganong transaction are, sabi natin, have more motivation to sell.
Correct.
Because their feelings or emotions are attached, compared to normal transactions that they are okay if it doesn't sell, or it will sell.
It's just okay if it doesn't sell right away.
Yes.
Actually, if you ask me, I still have some listings of in my site. Behind it is a similar story.
Okay.
So just let me know if you're buyers out there who are looking for good deals, rush deals, because I still have similar stories behind some of those listings.
So shout out to our Global Sense brokers there. Kumonek kayo kay Sir Gerry if you have any requirements. Baka magkaroon tayo ng transactions. Okay, let's move on to my next question, sir. What advice would you give to aspiring real estate professional?
Well, there are many, but I'll try to give 3.
Yes.
Okay. One is try to really promote yourself as much as possible. Put it on your Facebook page, even the personal. They say you should have a business page, but put it in your personal page. Do not separate them, because, for example, I have 2 listings that are owned by a religious congregation. It's owned by a congregation of sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I have those listings, because my teacher in high school, specifically in physics, became a nun. Okay. And she's now the mother superior of their congregation. And they are selling a big property in Rosario, Cavite.
Okay.
A residential / commercial corner property. And they're also leasing out their retreat house in Tagaytay. It's no longer being used, but they want to lease it out for formation house, as a formation house or a school or something. So I would not be able to get those listings if I just limited my exposure, let's say on my business pages, because I want to know my friends to know that I am in this business. So try to promote yourself as much as you can. That's one. Number 2, try to find a niche that they'll remember you for. In my case, it's rush deal.
Okay.
Try to capture that. No? And number 3, be consistent. Always have that content. Even if you have to repeat posting your listings over and over, what's important is that you are visible, because you don't know when the owner, or sorry, the buyer will be looking for. And that is outside of all the usual advice, that be part of an organization like REBAP, because it's where you meet people who have the same aspiration to make a career out of this out of real estate, not only for the commission, but really make it as a lifelong advocacy, to be of service, at the same time provide for their loved ones.
Okay. So, my last question will be, siguro let's separate na ourselves from real estate. So, who is CRB Gerry Siquijor aside from real estate?
Yeah, comes to mind is I'm a proud father of 2 children. They're already adults now. One is about to take the bar exams. She finished her law studies at the University of the Philippines, and my other daughter, the eldest one, is into digital events. She is a graduate of the Ateneo, and outside of that, I am a member of BNI, Business Network International,
Yes, familiar.
where I belong to BNI Elite Chapter within the Taguig region, and we're the biggest chapter in the Philippines with more than 150 members.
Okay.
And I'm a practicing Roman Catholic. I used to be the reason why I have that teacher who in high school who became
Connected.
who is now a nun, is because I went to the seminary. I spent my 3 years of high school in Our Lady of Guadalupe Minor Seminary, and 2 years in San Jose Seminary in Quezon City. Those are, I think, things that, and something that what some people probably don't know is that when I was 18 years old, I was able to climb Mount Banahaw in Quezon City. In Quezon Province, in Lucban, Quezon.
Okay.
So those are the things that not so many people know about me.
So right now, are you staying physically active, sir?
I do what I say stretches. I'm not so much into running or climbing anymore. But at one time in my life, because when in the seminary we have a pool, so we have swimming lessons.
Okay.
So one thing I was proud of is I was able to learn to swim the butterfly. And I think I can still do a butterfly, just a few strokes, maybe 3.
Bilang na bilang, sir.
After that, I sink already. So, those things. And I don't smoke, I don't drink.
Okay.
And, because I guess seminary formation also helps. And I make sure that I pray, because after all, it's a journey, and there's always a reason to be thankful for.
Okay. So, that would be all.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Once again, it's truly an honor to invite you here on our segment, CRB Gerry, and hopefully on our future events, you will also support us.
Yeah.
REBAP Global City, of course.
I will donate.
Sige, sir. I-expect ko yan, sir. Sa mga future events namin.
My time.
Okay. So, as our featured broker of the month for May, thank you for sharing your insights and knowledge regarding the industry. Again, please like and share this video and follow us on all our social media pages. Goodbye and thank you, Global Sense.